Hey everyone, Jon Venus here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be analyzing my past diet as a meat eater and just go through some of the things that I used to struggle with and how they have changed, and some nutrient analysis. Who knows what we're going to get into. I'm just going to watch 3 full day of eating videos that I made before going vegan. So it's going to be really interesting. I haven't looked at this footage for a long time. It's going to be super awkward, but I'm ready for it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys get some value out of this. So 3 case studies. So this first video is from 2013, so early YouTube days for me. It's just when I started. Okay, let's go. Yep, so you can see me loading up on the eggs right there. Pretty usual breakfast. A lot of spinach, some ham. Yeah, so 3 whole eggs, 4 egg whites, a bunch of spinach, and 2 slices of ham. So I'd say back in those days, I would either have an omelet, as you're seeing here, or an oatmeal for breakfast. And I guess since I was trying to cut, I decided to, get rid of the carbs a little bit and went for the egg whites or the omelet instead of the oatmeal. So I remember in those days, it was really hard for me to cut down. I had to go very low in calories, like down to 1,800 calories or something like that. And I think a lot of the reason for having to go that low is because I was really exaggerating with the amount of fat. So eggs are pretty much, the food that is highest in saturated fat and cholesterol, which obviously is probably not the best idea for optimizing your health. So the meal was very low in fiber. The only fiber was from the spinach. And obviously the ham is pretty much the worst part of this meal. Ham is processed meat, which is proven to cause cancer, specifically colorectal cancer, and I'm sure many others as well. So yeah, definitely the worst part of the meal was the processed meat. All right, let's move on. So after the lunch, we've got to go to the gym. Got my bag here, looking forward to it. Can't wait. But first, I'm going to take a little minute of silence to thank the gods for the sun this morning. Yeah, you can tell that I was really nervous and super shy in front of the camera. I was like whispering. I was super self-conscious. I kept looking around, trying to look for people, giving me weird looks and stuff. But yeah, definitely a different type of vlogging than I'm doing right now. Okay, so next meal, Subway. I remember I used to always have the double chicken tikka, always double meat because protein. And yeah, obviously not the best. I also had ranch sauce, which has a lot of dairy and fat. So yeah, definitely not the healthiest. The chicken they use is definitely factory farmed, full of hormones, antibiotics, and loads of bad stuff. So yeah, that was the pre-workout meal, and let's move on to the next one. All right, just got done with the workout. That was a good one, good session. So I'm heading home, and again, I'll show you what I had to eat post-workout. So that'll be my dinner for the day, biggest meal. Got that chicken breast, nice and crunchy. A little bit burned, that's how I like it. A little bit burned, that's how I like it. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed burning my food a little bit. And meat in itself is, possibly cancer causing and definitely inflammation causing. So burning it on top of that is definitely not a good idea. But, I like things crunchy, so I went ahead and burned my food. And if you have a look in here, got some cauliflower and sweet potato. Gonna make a mash out of that, just... All right, so I punched the sweet potato apparently to make a mash. So the sweet potato was pretty much the only source of carbohydrates that I had in that meal. And post-workout, it's really important to have a lot of carbs to, refuel. And yeah, I was not eating enough carbs at all for that meal. So I had a bunch of chicken, which was the cheapest kind of chicken. Definitely not organic. Definitely pumped up with sodium and water to increase the weight. And that's how they bring the price down. And I remember I always went for the cheapest frozen chicken, and it was disgusting. I didn't even like it. All right, so just got done with the dinner. The chicken was real good. Anyways, no, it wasn't. It was not good.
Right now, or like in 1 hour, and yeah, basically takes me 1 hour to get there, so I gotta hurry up. I found out the movie is 3 hours long, so I'm gonna show you guys
what I have to eat in the cinema without, you know, eating something too unhealthy.
Not energetic at all. You can tell that my energy levels are pretty low all the time in these videos, and that is definitely one of the things that I noticed the most when switching to a plant-based diet is how much more clarity I had, how much more energy. My digestion improved a lot after switching to a plant-based diet. I used to struggle with constipation, and sometimes I wouldn't go to the bathroom more than a couple times a week or something like that, which is not great for your body. Probably one of the reasons why I had so much acne as well growing up. So those are the two main benefits that I noticed straight away after going vegan: was higher levels of energy, more mental clarity, and also just way better digestion in general.
In the cinema without, eating something too unhealthy.
So let's see what the healthy snacks are. Fruits, that's nice. Snackajacks, rice cakes basically. A little bit of dairy in there, not the worst. Beef jerky, yeah. I used to eat a lot of beef jerky. And then off camera, I'm sure I had some snacks, some more indulgent stuff as well. So moving on to the last meal of the day of the first video. Let's see what it is.
Alright guys, so the last meal of the day is basically this natural cottage cheese, very low in calories, a lot of protein, and I add some agave, however you say it.
Yeah, so natural, whatever that means, cottage cheese, and then some agave syrup, to sweeten it up, because cottage cheese by itself is kind of boring, right? So yeah, obviously dairy, horrible. I used to struggle with acne. At this point, I wasn't too bad. My skin wasn't horrible, but I was pushing it by eating a lot of dairy as well. I wasn't drinking cow's milk, but I was still having cottage cheese and, Greek yogurt, that kind of stuff, which is definitely not great if you're struggling with acne.
If I need to bump up my protein intake for the day, if I'm trying to reach my macros. As you saw in the workout video, I was doing quite high repetitions, not as much weight as before. I kind of hurt my shoulder a little bit.
And then I just whisper away until the vlog is done. So definitely a little bit of an awkward video, but that's okay. I love sharing this stuff with you guys. A lot of people think that, people just automatically are amazing in front of the camera, super energetic, but definitely not the case with me. Like, I'm the least natural vlogger that you'll find. Like, my starting point was even worse than this, believe it or not. So in general, this day, very low in carbohydrates, way too low, and that is why I lost a lot of muscle mass after this cut. Pretty much a horrible way of eating, very low carb, way too much meat, eggs, and dairy, all of them combined, definitely not good for digestion, and definitely inflammation causing, which is not good for your skin at all. So moving on to case study number 2, this is more or less the same time. So let's see what this day brings.
Good morning, guys. It's a nice day in London today. First
Very
meal
nice day.
when getting back to London will be Burger King.
Burger King, let's go.
Bon appetit.
Double Whopper for sure, that's what I always got. Definitely delicious.
Alright, so we're gonna go shopping now. Grocery store, buy some food, get ready for the week.
All right.
Some of that onion,
Nice, onions. What the?
salmon, chicken.
I don't know why I slapped that piece of meat,
Cottage
seriously.
cheese. And look at this. This is amazing. 500 grams of frozen chicken, only 2 pounds.
2 pounds or 500 grams
Only
of
one
frozen
thing
chicken.
remaining.
Very
Organic
cheap
eggs.
and disgusting.
Whole. Some really cheap.
Hey, free range
not so
eggs.
very organic eggs.
And then
Just
non-organic.
use egg white, so 18 for 2 pounds.
Alright guys, so just got done with the gym, just got back home. Yeah, I'm gonna make a chicken wok with chicken and a bunch of veggies. The ingredients: some broccoli, peppers, got the light coconut milk, a bit
Nice.
of garlic, black pepper, salt,
There you go.
and this big bag of
Looking good so far.
sweet and crunchy vegetable mix. And obviously
Mhm.
the chicken here, 350 grams.
Where are the
So
carbs, bro?
That'll be a good dinner. It's so good.
No carbs again.
This whole
Holy
plate
crap.
right here. This is only under 500 calories. Tastes better than pizza. Not really, but still really good.
Comedy on point right there. So yeah, definitely very low in carb, not recommended. Again, this was a post-workout meal, and again, this shows why I lost so much muscle mass during that cut. So I guess that concluded this day. Didn't eat much at all, just the Burger King and some chicken. Yeah, really bad. I don't even know why I shared this on YouTube. Anyways, case number 3, last video. This one is a more recent one. It's right before going vegan, so this should be more interesting. So let's go. So this is meal number 1, 1 o'clock. I usually have my breakfast between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Today was a little bit later because of the walk. Usually I have the same breakfast every single day, which is oats, protein powder, a little bit of peanut butter, and some frozen berries. Just mix it all up with water, put it in the microwave, and it's done. Usually I have my breakfast while that's a vegan meal right there. Good job, John. Nice. Okay, so that's a pretty good meal. Very similar to what I have right now. And I would use plant milks instead of water. I added a little bit of stevia in there. Don't do that anymore. I replaced the whey protein for vegan protein. From Sun Warrior, which was, not the best tasting at all, but still better than whey for sure. I noticed digestion improvements. My skin cleared up a little bit from switching the protein out. And I love how you can see Catherine's feet at the edge of the screen right there. But good complex carbohydrates, micronutrients, and antioxidants from the berries.
Time for the dinner, but as you already know, don't have a kitchen in my room, so follow me. It's a shared house, so that's how it is.
Yeah, so I was living in London at the time in a very, very small room. We only had space for a bed and a little, the smallest table you can imagine. No kitchen, nothing.
Okay, I got my personal chef here doing my food.
Look at Catherine looking all cute.
Yeah.
Ooh. Making all that minced meat. That was a big amount of minced meat right there.
Second meal, the dinner was at 5 o'clock today. Pretty much minced meat, a little bit of whole grain pasta, a salad mix, thick and chunky salsa, some low-fat sour cream, chopped tomatoes, chopped peppers.
Yeah, okay, so in terms of nutrition, I definitely progressed since, the first 2 videos that you saw. Definitely incorporating more complex carbohydrates, more carbs in general into my diet. So this meal, it's not the worst, but it's still, I'm combining carbohydrates from the pasta with very high fat minced meat. And as we know, fats and carbs combined, not always the best idea. You can still do it, but, I would definitely replace that with tofu or something like that, or tempeh. Obviously, beef and stuff is, considered to possibly cause cancer as well. And that I definitely did not digest well in my body. So every time I had beef and red meat, my digestion would struggle a lot. My body really took a long time to break it down. I remember when I used to eat a lot of it, like if I went to a steakhouse and I ate a lot of it, I would struggle 100%, and I went in knowing that was going to happen because, digesting, pounds of meat is so hard for your body. But, I did it anyway for the gains. That's what I believed I had to do.
About to head out to the gym now, and what I'm having before the workout is a weird fruit, this Sharon fruit. I'm not really sure how usual this fruit is, but I really like it, so I'm gonna have this one.
Yeah, so good pre-workout, just a piece of fruit. It's fine. Nothing to complain about there. Good job, John. And then moving on to the post-workout meal. Let's see if we include carbs this time.
Right, so back from the gym, and this is a typical post-workout meal I have. It's a smoothie, and it has 2 bananas, 2 small ones, which is 140 grams of bananas, 1 apple, and 200 grams of strawberry, 40 grams of protein powder. So I just throw everything in there and mix it with water, and that's it.
Okay.
Nothing special, but tastes amazing.
Yeah, so pretty much the same as I have now. I would probably throw in some greens or something, a little bit of hemp or flax seeds to get more omega-3s into my diet. But apart from that, it's pretty good. I always have smoothies, not always, but I often have smoothies post-workout to this day. So yeah, nothing to complain about there. What was that face?
This is the last meal. 250 grams of chicken breast and some onion and peppers.
Okay.
Very low in carbs.
There you go, no
protein.
carbs.
300 calories, so a very light meal. So I'm just gonna eat this while creating some plans for my clients, and that's all I'm eating today.
And then I turn off the camera and binge on the Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream, probably. I remember doing that many times back in the day. Definitely, we were super unhealthy for a long period of time. It was like so much binge eating and craziness going on. So this full day of eating was better. Could have definitely done better at the end there by adding some good complex carbohydrates to the meal. Instead, I had like 350 grams of chicken. Again, horrible for you, especially the ones that I got, the cheapest one on the supermarket. And yeah, the wok, the sauteed veggies are obviously the best part of that meal. Yeah, could have added some more healthy fats from avocado or something like that. Some seeds, yeah, tofu, tempeh instead of the chicken would be optimal for sure. But apart from that, definitely way better than the previous 2 days of eating. So yeah, that concludes how I used to eat before going vegan. And yeah, I definitely went through a lot of learning. I started off horribly doing a lot of low carb, keto, that kind of stuff. And then as I learned more about nutrition, I incorporated more and more carbohydrates. So yeah, for me, looking back personally, I can see a big change in, how I look. I feel like I, almost look younger now, even though this is like 5 to 7 years, ago. And my energy is much better. My outlook, my mental clarity. I talk way more fluently. I can think way more clearly. I don't know if there was anything to do with my diet and digestion at that point. I'm sure there was something, causing the issues that I had. But definitely in terms of digestion, so much better after switching to a plant-based diet. I'm not saying that you can't have great digestion by eating meat, but my body personally never tolerated a huge amount of meat, especially not red meat. And also after switching to a plant-based diet, I found it easier to cut down without having to restrict my calories, without having to have very small portion meals. I could definitely have more volume and still lose body fat optimally. And after I switched, which was, a couple months after this last video that you saw, I made a lot of progress. So I don't know, I might make a couple more videos comparing my old footage like this to newer footage or to the present day. We'll see. But I hope you guys got some ideas of how I used to eat and why I think it wasn't too optimal compared to the way that I eat now. If you want to check out more videos of how I'm currently eating, check out my full day of eating or what I eat in a day videos. I have a bunch of them on this channel. So check it out. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. And let me know what you think. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate the support. And I'll see you very soon. Peace out.